Now, how does 6.75% interest per year paid to you daily sound? In a market like where we are now, sounds pretty good to me. You can get the same, and let me show you how. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk to you about Bondora, because in recent times with the stock market dropping, crypto dropping, a lot of things are going down, and the question is, where are you actually going to invest in these days, right? The banks are not really paying any interest anymore. I'm a big fan of diversification. I have obviously a lot of money invested in crypto, but also some in stocks, some in ETFs. And about a year ago, I started investing into peer-to-peer lending, where you basically become the bank and borrow money to other people, either private people or businesses that need money to finish projects or what have you. By doing that, you take on certain risk because these people may end up defaulting on their loan and not paying you back any money. But in return, you're gonna get paid a nice, healthy interest rate. And I really started getting interested into this idea because I think it's a great diversification in addition to my other investments. And I came across Bondora, which is registered in Estonia and is such a European company. So this is really mostly relevant for people living in Europe, investing euro currency. You can invest from abroad as well, but if you invest from inside of Europe in euro currency, it just goes much faster. The payout is faster, it is just easier, and you have less currency fluctuation. So after having used Bondora for almost a year now, I want to give you a quick update, take you through the platform and give you my recommendation if it's still worth to use it. Right, so once you register your account and you log in, you're going to be greeted with a dashboard. Now, as you can see over here, my account value currently is 3,700 euros. My profit so far is just about 100 euros. It's not something revolutionary, but at the same time, it's actually really easy money where I didn't have to do anything except for monthly deposits into my account. And other than that, I get daily interest paid to me. Right, so that's your dashboard. From here, you go into the Go and Grow, and that's the main product they have. They have a lot of other products as well. You can choose your own credits that you want to give, etc. But I found it the easiest because I want to have a set it and forget it solution. And for that, Bondora Go and Grow is their flagship program and the easiest to set up. So as you can see over here, I've added around 3,600 euros so far, and I gained 100 euros from that. So my current total value is 3,700 euros. Then you have a little graphic over here that I'm on track, and depending on your goal. And it's very easy to define your goal. You can just click over here and then you can update your goal, etc. But I have done a separate video on that where I run you through the entire platform. I just want to give you a glance and feedback on how I'm doing right now and how I feel about it these days. So to visualize for you how powerful compound interest is, you can click over here on forecasting, and then you can basically update depending on your needs. So let's say that's my starting capital. You might have more, you might have less, depending what it is. You can pop it over here. Your monthly amount, you can input this over here. Right now it's actually capped at 400 euros. So you cannot contribute more than 400 euros a month, because if you want to put more than 400 euros, they call it Go and Grow Unlimited. I think that's uncapped. There is no cap, no limit to it, but then your interest will go down to, I believe, 4%. Less attractive for the same amount of risk. So for me, I stick with Bondora Go and Grow. Yes, it's capped at 400 euros, but I think it's a good limit because I also want to invest in other things every month, and I don't have 10,000 euros sadly to invest every single month. So I think it's a good proportion. You can do less if you want, up to a maximum of 400 euros. So let's say you're going to commit to your 400 euros and you want to do it for the next 10 years. So then basically you can see over here, if you do these monthly contributions, you're going to be adding 51,000 from yourself, and you're going to have a total return on top of it, purely from the interest, of 23,000 euros. So in total, you're going to have 74,000 euros in 10 years. Yeah, that's a nice return. You're going to be getting almost 50% when you think, the return versus what you've added yourself. And you can see the difference. If you're not adding, or in my case, if I'm not adding anything, I would only make an additional 3,400 on top of it, which comes to 7,200. Now, you may say it's a 100% return. Yes, but technically I haven't added anything. And while percentage terms, it is higher, in actual monetary terms, it's obviously much less. Definitely a nice way to visualize. Of course, if you add in here over 20 years, it will get, you can see here this curve exponentially growing. You will earn 111,000, which brings you to almost 250,000 just by putting 400 euros every single month. That's really, really amazing. As I always say, the power of compound interest, or better known as the 8th world wonder. Right, then you can click over here on statement, and here you can see your daily interest paid to you. And that's the amazing part. Every single day you're gonna get paid interest. And as you can see here, at the moment, it's around 67 cents for me. Now, of course, that's not enough to retire, I understand that, but don't forget, as you make those monthly deposits and your total portfolio grows, the percentage you're gonna get paid and the monetary payout is going to increase as well. I mean, when I started, it was around 15 cents per day. Now it's 67 cents per day. As I contribute more, I'm going to get paid even more every single day, which is really, really nice. In addition to my staking rewards, which I get from Nexo. So if I add all these up, it really comes to a nice passive monthly income. Actually, if you need a tax report, you can simply go and grow over here, click the little hamburger icon over here, and then you have your Go and Grow tax report. And you just specify the period, what it is, and it creates the report for you. All right, and then we come to withdrawing. So you click on withdraw, and here you can easily withdraw your money. And that's one of the amazing things about Bondora Go and Grow, because you can withdraw your money anytime you wish. Usually in a P2P, you have a certain lockup period because like any loan, if you take a mortgage, right, you're committed to a number of years. And in P2P loans, that can be 12 months, 24 months, depending on the period and the interest you get on it. But the amazing thing with Go and Grow is that you can withdraw your money anytime you wish. And that I really love because you never know what happens. You might have a big repair or something where you quickly need the money. And right now, I wouldn't want to sell my cryptocurrencies because they're pretty much down. I made a loss on it. So if I sell now, I lost money, right? Here, I actually gained money. And I tried it myself. I withdrew some money and it was there within a matter of minutes. So I really, really love this. And it's so seamless, so easy. And I can really, really recommend it. Of course, one of the reasons why they're limiting it to 400 euros at the moment, because there's more people wanting to get the interest than people needing loans. By the way, recently I visited a friend and I really felt bad for his girlfriend. It seems he really doesn't give her any money because all the time she said, please, please leave me alone. That's why they're limiting it. But at the same time, I really like it because they ensure liquidity. Because if they would allow too many people depositing money, they all take the money back. That wouldn't work out and they would run into liquidity problems. So this is a very smart approach and that allows them to pay you out immediately. Of course, I don't know if you had 100,000 euros sitting here, if it would still go that fast. But for me, when I took 1.5K, it was super, super simple. It came right away and yeah, really, really love it. Even with stocks, when you sell them, it takes a bit of time to process them. Here it was immediate and I had the money on my bank account. And yeah, this is pretty much all there's to it. You have a few other settings. You can change the view, of course, if you wanted. So for example, portfolio manager, you have even more options. You know, if you want to take your own loans and credits, you see more statistics, etc. But for most people, the Go and Grow option, if you select this over here, you will see the menu over here will change right away. If I select portfolio manager, you will see I have more menu items on the left. So depending on what your investing style is, but as I said, for most people, Go and Grow is going to be the best way. Click on it. It reduces the view, the clutter, and that's just going to be the best option. You're going to put your 400 euros every single month and you're going to be receiving the daily interest pay, which is amazing. They also have an app, which is fairly simple, very straightforward, but every time you open it, you get a nice animation of how much money you got since you last opened the app. And that's always nice to see in the morning when you open it, boom, you made some money, especially if you haven't opened for a few days, you open it and wow, you got 4 or 5 euros for doing nothing essentially. And that really feels good. Now, how do I feel about Bondora in the times we're in? Now, obviously we see the Fed increasing interest rates. We see the European Central Bank and the Euribor increasing their rates as well. I think that's going to continue. Now, what that means is that the interest rates are going up. That makes saving money in your traditional bank account more attractive in the future. Imagine if you would be getting 4% in your bank account without any risk, because here there is a certain risk. Of course, most people would tend to put and keep their money there, right? Even better than a stock market where you might get a return, you might not. So a lot of people with high interest rates usually save their money. That's obviously one of the intentions, to have less spending and reduce the high inflation we're all facing globally. Having said this, the higher the interest rates are going, the less people will also borrow money, right? Because that makes money so much more expensive. When you could borrow money at 1 or 2%, it's almost like free money, right? Because inflation is the same. So you get basically free money. Right now, interest rates are going up and people borrow less because it gets more expensive and they buy less houses, invest less, etc. So what it means is for Bondora, there's also less people asking for credits because they just think it's too expensive. Because imagine if you get 6.75% paid to you on your Bondora, that means the people borrowing the money through Bondora, and they use different partners to give those credits, they would pay, I don't know, 15 up to 20%. So now with the rates going up, they might end up paying 20-25%, which is exorbitant. So I think going forward, they're going to have a bit of issue finding enough people wanting to take credits. On the flip side though, I think they also need to keep up with the increase of rates, because for me now, if I would get 3-4% in my bank without any monthly cap that I can deposit, that's obviously going to get much more attractive, because obviously Bondora has a certain residual risk. In case people defaulting on their payments, you're going to be left with nothing and you may not be able to withdraw your money. Touch wood, it hasn't happened yet, but any platform is obviously subject to such a risk. That's why you're getting a higher interest rate. So if the interest rates keep rising, I really hope that Bondora will also increase their risk premium and the reward for an investor, so that when I get 4%, let's say in the bank one day, I want to get at least 8, 9, 10% from Bondora to get that extra risk premium. Otherwise, there's really no incentive. So for the time being, I still love it. I'm going to continue investing into Bondora, but I really hope that they manage the risk factor and start potentially increasing the rate as we see the overall market interest rates picking up as well. So if this sounds good to you and you haven't signed up yet, then please use the link in the description below, and then you're going to get €5 starting bonus plus the 6.75% interest per year paid to you daily. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, it means the world to me. As always, stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.